We are live. All right, so episode 5, Racing Revelations. Matthew here, running a little low on the crew. Jackson's trying to make it back to the U.S. The other guys are traveling for the holiday. So I brought in the backup, probably our only listener.
Yep.
I think he's only listened to one episode. Yeah. Austin, how's it going, dude?
Good, man. Happy to be here. Flew me out all the way from Yuma, so that was pretty nice.
Did you enjoy the flight?
I did. They served me peanuts, which wasn't cool, but luckily I was able to bring my own Biscoff cookie onto the flight.
Really?
So, yeah, they weren't mad about it.
Interesting. I'm surprised BP let you do that.
Right?
Can I state your real job, or should we keep it?
I don't care.
Okay.
No one's gonna know who this is. So.
Yeah. All right. So we're doing a little bit of catch up. We are trying some new audio functions, some new mixing boards. We're trying to rise from the gutter, no longer be just a straight shit podcast. So we're trying to sound a little bit more professional. So a lot has happened. This is, Austin, you didn't even know it was July. Fun fact, it's July 2nd.
Yep.
There's a whole new flavor at EG's. That's how deep we are into this
What's
month.
sad is I know the flavor of the months, but I don't know the months. But this month is watermelon.
So you're just calling yourself out for being fat?
Yeah, I am a big back indeed. So.
Okay, so a lot has happened throughout June. The last time we talked was about Canada. Mm-hmm. Pretty boring race. No, I'm just kidding. That was a good race.
It was pretty good. George Russell did pretty decent. I don't think he lost places that much, but it wasn't too bad.
Yeah. So then we had Spain. There's really not a lot to go through from Spain. Honestly, it's probably why we didn't do this podcast sooner, is because Spain, I feel like, was not really going to be that. Like, I like Spain's track, but it just, there's too many high-speed corners in order for it to be great. Like, it's just, ugh. Yeah,
there's not enough places to pass. Same thing, George Russell. Not a fan of George Russell, but he had an incredible move off of that first turn, starting 4th and pushed it all the way to the outside, almost squeezed Sainz, and then pulled off an incredible first place. Lost it, I think, 2 laps later, and then Lando was behind Russell, and if he wasn't behind him, he probably would have passed Max because they finished off the race only 4 seconds behind.
Yeah.
Which is pretty incredible. I think McLaren right now has got the fastest car out of everybody.
By far. And we'll kind of get to Austria and the obvious, like, that's the most recent of what happened. Yeah. But the one takeaway that I wanted to tell you, like, fun fact, let's say fun fact.
Okay.
Did you know that Sainz has finished in the top 10 every single year of his career at the Spanish Grand Prix?
I didn't. I know he was pissed off at Leclerc because he didn't help him out.
But then they talked about it after. They interviewed him after, this past week at Austria, and they're like, no, everything's fine. We're homies, you know. Yeah. But he has good reason to be upset, I think, because, like, he was so cool about the whole Monaco thing. He was, like, bigger team player than Sergio.
Right.
And then his home Grand Prix, and it's like,
Well, that's the whole thing is Ferrari does Ferrari things and messes up pit stops, messes up strategy. But, no, it just sucks for Sainz because he doesn't have a race or team for next year.
Yeah.
It's either going to be Williams, if Mercedes. I think Mercedes is going to have to drop a lot of dollars to get that spot. And then I think the only other team that was talking to him was Audi, which is coming in next year.
Yeah, in 26.
So, yeah.
In 26. So, anyways, I just thought that was interesting. I feel like if we've talked about it on past podcasts, and, like, I think if he goes to Williams, it'll be the biggest bummer ever.
Yeah.
But I just felt like him at Ferrari would have been a prime time for him to at least get a podium at his home Grand Prix.
Yeah, because, I mean, he's gotten 2 or 3, I think, this year. And he's already gotten a first place. So has Leclerc. Lando's gotten a first. And then just Max dominating. I
actually think, from my notes, I think Carlos with Austria is his 5th podium, including the win.
Right.
Is his 5th podium this year, which is awesome.
Really good. Yeah. I think he's leading Leclerc by far.
Oh, so. In my opinion, he's stunting on Leclerc at this point.
Yeah. Same with Russell over Hamilton.
Totally. So, anyways, Spain, onwards and upwards. Yeah, I know.
Just hair flying around.
For the video podcast, that's Maverick. He's just vibing.
He's chilling.
He likes watching F1. I would say he's probably a Fernando Alonso fan.
Because he's old? Or?
Yeah, just, they got a lot of spice in their life. Very, very Spanish,
Spanish samurai right there.
Exactly. So after Spain, coming into Austria, the two contract things, Gasly and Stroll. What is your thoughts on those two?
So Stroll is only there because his dad, obviously. He has never performed. He always underperforms every year. He's always beaten by a teammate, even when it was Ocon for a bit. Gasly, I think it's rightfully so. He's a good rider. The whole thing is Alpine is like down in the gutters. They are not doing good.
Dude, it's bad.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was going to be this bad having two Frenchmen.
I did.
You did?
Yeah. So Ocon, I liked Ocon a lot when he raced for BWT, which was probably in like 2017, 2016.
Yeah, him and Checo.
Yeah. After he crashed into Verstappen at the Brazil Grand Prix in, I want to say 2019 or 2020, and spun him out when he was trying to unlap himself. That's when it just became downhill for him. And he was a Mercedes racer his whole career, just never made it to Mercedes. And then they just dropped him.
I just feel like it was a discipline thing. Like he it's almost like he's trying to prove himself too much.
Yeah, so he's proving himself to his teammate, which you're not supposed to do.
Yeah.
You're supposed to prove it to the other teams.
Yeah.
So he's ruining friendships. He's never had a good friendship with any teammate. Even the media has reported on that. So honestly, I think it's his time to go this year. He could probably make his career in Indy, just like Grosjean did.
Yeah.
He did pretty good over there. So, yeah, I think it's time for him to go.
Yeah. So we'll come back to this because I want to hear your thoughts on, like, where the driver lineup is right now. It's obviously, like, hot talk through the middle of summer. But it's interesting. It's what we like about F1.
Right.
Okay. Austria. Red Bull Ring. Presented by, Red Bull gives you wings, caffeine free. Let's start with the podium. So we have Georgie getting the dub.
Yep.
We have...
Yabba-dabba-doo.
Yabba-dabba-doo Giorgio.
Yeah.
Scooby-Dooby Giorgio.
Yeah.
We got Oscar in second. I think this is his fourth podium.
Yeah, he's a really good
of his
racer.
career.
I think he chose right by canceling the contract with Alpine.
Yeah, that was sick.
Yeah.
That whole fiasco was sick.
Well, that was the whole thing. It was his first year in F1, and he was already turning heads because people didn't like him. I didn't like him myself because it's kind of like, Alpine brought you up. You don't just dip on them when it's your time to shine. But he chose right. I felt bad that Sainz left McLaren, but he left it for a better team. But Lando's definitely the star racer right there. And I think he's going to take that role as Bottas did at Mercedes as being the wingman. Because Lando has the better shot at becoming the champ this year.
Yeah.
But both of them are really good racers. He definitely outperforms Lando sometimes.
Yeah.
So it's a really good teammate bond that they have.
It's the perfect number two to have for, like, if, Lando happens to crash and McLaren needs some points to scrap up. You know what I mean? Like, he can pull through. Like, it is crazy to think of, like, for the podcast, since we've been doing the pod, like, I've been trying to think of it in, like, Drive to Survive timeline, because, like, really everybody that you're seeing on the grid now is, like, Drive to Survive, not much past it besides Fernando, Valtteri, Lewis, and Checo maybe, right? Like, outside of that, like, everyone's relatively new and younger, and, like, people who watch Drive to Survive, like, recognize them compared to, like, they don't know about Schumacher and all those guys back in the day, right? And I always think of Rosberg. But I feel like from where McLaren was to now, it's, like, by far the best story, improvement, whole 9 yards. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it's just crazy to think about how far the Zach Brown band has come.
Yeah.
That's what I always joke.
Yeah, they've done really good because when Fernando was with them and Lando was the new racer, they were real bad.
Yeah.
They were almost last on the grid with Williams, which Williams will always be a stepping stone.
Yeah.
Like, always. But they've definitely improved. It's crazy to see that they're number 2 past Ferrari and past Mercedes.
Yeah.
Mercedes dropped really badly.
Yeah.
But no, it's definitely really good for them. And I think Oscar got screwed at the Austria Grand Prix because he was P2 in quali, and then they deleted his lap time.
Yeah, which I want to get to. So the last part of that was that Carlos finished third. Like I said, that's his 5th podium this year, including the win earlier on. And the wild thing of the whole race, obviously Max doesn't win at kind of home Grand Prix number 2. I always think because it's Red Bull. You know, there's you see a lot of orange. Yeah, you see a lot of orange. A track note that I made for all the track geeks out there: the biggest reason why there's not really a huge difference between the strategy of this race in Spain. The weather's very similar, track conditions very similar. So the strategy ends up being the same, but there's way more heavy braking zones, which makes it way more interesting and less. I mean, yes, you get kind of like the DRS, like through the middle of the race where it's like pretty boring, like everyone's kind of stuck. But the braking zones at least help the passing and like the fight, like the battles and stuff like that, compared to Spain the week before. It's just like high speed corner, straightaway, another high speed corner. Like there's just not a lot of like really opportunities for action. Like Charles, 4 pit stops because of his whole fiasco with the race. I think he
just kept going off and messing up his car. He messed up his wing at the beginning because I think he got pushed into Piastri. Yeah. And then Piastri luckily came out unscathed.
So I never saw anything after, so you'll have to let me know if you saw anything, but there had to have been way more damage to Leclerc's Ferrari because like at the end, him battling Hulk, like it was like Hulk had like a 4 times better car. Like he couldn't do anything.
Well, it's also when you're behind. So the only cars that are really able to overtake right now are Mercedes at some points. If they get into like a 2 DRS train, they won't be able to pass. McLaren's able to pass very easily, and so is the Red Bulls. Yeah. The only thing with the Red Bulls is it's not the best car out there. It's just Max, the way he sets up his car is unlike anybody else. Yeah. He sets it up on the edge, and then he tweaks it back. Where the other cars set it up to the driver, and then they tweak it to try to get to the edge. So they're already at a disadvantage trying to get to Max. Yeah. But, so Leclerc, he had the opportunity. It got messed up. His goal was just to move through the pack, and Ferrari kept saying, hey, you're going to make it to the points by the end of the race. Max got out, Lando got out, and obviously Max finished the race, Lando didn't, and he still didn't finish any points. So it was a whole like super disappointment thing. Yeah. And it was because he just got stuck behind the Haas, which are, excuse me.
Bless you.
The Haas are running Ferrari engines, so they're just fighting each other. Right. Yeah. Yeah. So they have the same speed, they have the same cornering, but he wasn't able to do it. But Sainz was. Yeah. So it kind of just shows the type of racing that's going on right now. Yeah. And he's just stuck in the back. You know, he's getting a lot of tire drag. It was just, I thought it just in the moment, it was very crazy to see him struggling to get around a Haas. Yeah. And it kind of sucks too because Leclerc always has those spurts where he goes real fast one week and then he has like 3 or 4 weeks where he's just down. And then he'll have like 2 weeks where he goes quick. Yeah. And I think Monaco is going to be his championship of the year. He won at his home race. He got to pay respects to his dad and his uncle who had passed away. And I think that's going to be it for Leclerc this year. I don't think he's going to put up much of a fight. Like, he's the number 1 Ferrari driver. Mm-hmm. And he by team perspective. Yeah, by team perspective. Yeah. And he continues to be, like, the epitome of Ferrari, just, like, underperforming. Like, on paper, that they should have a world championship within the last... Well, since Kimi. Since Kimi. Vettel. But, yeah, right? Like, to me, on paper, that car should have won a world championship. Yeah. Hot take. Right. And they have nothing. Yeah. And they don't even have close, you know what I mean? Like, it's not even close to a world championship. Like, they either got smoked by Merc or smoked by Red Bull. Yeah. And now the fight is, it was McLaren and Ferrari for second place, and it's looking like it's going to be Mercedes McLaren for second place.
Yeah.
Which McLaren is running Mercedes power units.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of sad to see a second-hand team beating a first-hand team.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to talk about the incident?
Yeah.
The hot topic of the week?
So my stance on it is I am a big... The only people I don't like on the grid are Stroll and Ocon.
Yeah, let's go back to that. So,
and Sargent.
Yeah, okay. I was going to say, you're new to the pod.
Yeah.
State your case for your favorite and least favorite driver.
Yeah, so I started watching Formula One probably like 2007, 2008 when Hamilton had started at McLaren. And then I had kind of trickled down, and then in like 2016 got back into it. Obviously, Hamilton was dominant through that whole time. Max was a young driver. They said that he was a very aggressive driver. I still agree with that. I do like Max because his perspective is I'm here to race, not here to talk, pretty much. Here to race, here to win. He's a great driver. He hasn't had the best car. He had the best car. Now it looks like McLaren's coming back. So it's not a... I know a lot of talk is, we don't want to see another dominant racer. Or like Hamilton, 8 times. Alonso, 4 or 5 times, I want to say. Vettel was 5 times. So it's a lot of things like that. And it's like, well, we don't really want to see that anymore. It's like, well, it's all on who builds the car and who's able to race it. Obviously, McLaren and Sergio Perez were really good past 2 years. This year, not so much. I love Danny Rick just because he's a comedian. Like I said, the only guys I don't like is really Sargent. Doesn't really deserve to be there. Ocon, time to go. Danny Rick is time to go, even though he's my favorite. I know it's time for his time to go. And Stroll, because he's just a daddy's boy.
He's worthless.
Right.
He's worthless except for the money that his dad gives to Aston.
Exactly. And now that they own the team, they're just going to keep him forever until he says, Dad, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
And then they'll sell it off to somebody. But, Max and Lando, great racers. When Lando had won over Max even said, it's about time. And he said, if anyone was going to beat me, I wanted to beat you, type deal. So they're very close. So racing like that, it is Max's fault, but Lando was kind of asking for it because Lando had already gotten a 5-second time penalty. So he knew it's my time to move up and I got to get that 5 seconds to even win. If not, I'm going to get second. Max had pushed and his tires were starting to go. Obviously, DRS is a big chance for them to pass. Max's only options were to do 2 moves under braking or do 1 move. He decided to do 2 the lap before, and then that lap came up. And Lando kind of knew what was coming. While Max decided to keep pushing out to that outer to get the racing line, and he hit. It shouldn't have destroyed their tires, but it did. After that, Lando retired. He didn't have to, but he did. And Max kept racing. What I don't agree with Max is he doubles down and always says that he's never correct. He
refuses to take responsibility.
Right. He is a pride man, which many racers are. You have to be in a lot of instances. But when it comes to that friendship type deal, hopefully he comes out this week in Stone. Jeez, why am I forgetting the name? Silverstone. And he apologizes because that kind of sucked for their friendship to go. Because Max doesn't have many friends on the grid.
Yeah.
Because he is that aggressive driver.
Yeah.
But Lando was somewhat asking for it. I don't think he was asking to get destroyed out of the race, but to get pushed off and then Max get a 10-second time penalty. And then all he has to do is stay within 5 seconds. So I think that was his goal.
Some people were saying, I saw a lot of chatter that Max handled it better than Lando. What do you think about that?
Max always gives the same interviews.
It's true.
It's
just vanilla.
Right. You could almost take any interview Max does and just change the name of the race, and it sounds legit.
The exact same.
Is the whole thing.
Yeah.
Lando is an emotional guy. He's young. He's probably our age. I think he's 23 or 24.
Well, and I think the other part of that too is he's emotional because it's like he's trying so hard each week to close the gap, beat Max,
Yeah.
and Max is already out in front. So he's like, yeah, have fun, dude.
And Lando has podiumed a couple times. He won that one race. He should have won in Russia in like 2020, long time ago, or 2019.
Yeah.
And so he's felt that urge, kind of like George Russell has. So George is very happy to even podium because he's a young guy. He's always wanted to be a Mercedes driver. So he's living his dream. Yeah, I think he did handle it better, but I don't think he handled it in the correct way.
Yeah.
In the correct manner.
I guess I agree with that.
Yeah.
I will say in the moment, for me personally, being like wanting to see someone else besides Max win, I'm with you. I've liked Max. I think last year was a snooze fest, but outside of that, like, I'm not gonna knock him. Some of the other guys on the pod, Jackson, hates Red Bull, hates Max. That's fine.
Yeah.
He's a huge Merc fan. I wouldn't expect anything else.
Right.
But in the moment, I was very much like that was all Max's fault.
Yeah.
Like, and he kind of was. I will say, even after looking at it after, there was a lot of like very borderline, like late lunges, late pullovers, like to defend.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the thing that I realized after watching it again after multiple times was how ridiculous some of the like senderoos down the inside Lando was
like he did
early
in the
on.
sprint race.
Yeah,
that
like he was
phenomenal.
He was like,
but Max had every right to tap him.
But he was like 5-6 cars behind.
Yeah.
And just sending it, dive bombing it into what is that, 3?
Yeah.
2 or 3? No,
it's 3. So it's 1's the first, then it's that bend,
and then 3. See, that always screws me up. So yeah, I was just bummed. The biggest thing from it, I was just bummed that Lando didn't just like try, like, hey, fix the fucking car, just get me back out there. That was the only thing I was bummed about, but I can almost reach across the aisle and applaud him for just being like, you know what, we'll just try next week.
Yeah.
The car's kind of fucked up. Let's just.
Well, yeah, and if you look at the replays, even when he's rolling into the pit, since the tire had broken off.
Yeah, there was a lot. You
see that vibration over and over again, and
there was a lot of damage.
At some point, it's gonna go.
So maybe.
And I'd rather him pit than he goes out, and then it's a hot lap, and then that breaks.
Yeah.
He does a Fernando Alonso rolling in the.
Yeah. Speaking of Fernando, I'm not gonna jump away from this. I don't think we've really gotten through everything, but did you see he set fastest lap?
Yeah, like last lap.
Like the last lap? Like how the hell did he do that?
But it didn't make sense because he wasn't even. I think you have to be in the top 10 to even get that point. And I don't think he was top 10. I think he was like 18th. So it still goes to whoever had the fastest lap.
Which is probably Max.
Right.
But I don't know how he set the fastest. I don't even think I think he was running mediums.
Yeah, he wasn't running softs.
I was like, what the hell? Anyways, my favorite meme from the week, and it's so boring, it's so basic, but it was like talking about the crash, and it was like 10-second penalty, Ocon.
Yeah.
That one just continues to kill me. I don't know why.
So that's the whole thing too. Like even the ruling with the 10-second penalty, I was telling my dad this earlier because he had watched it. He's like, Verstappen's a dick, even though he likes Verstappen, which is funny. But I was like, yeah, he is a dick. But
I would have taken your dad to be a huge like Monster Energy guy. Do you think he's more of a Red Bull?
No. He's like me. He loves the sport. He doesn't care who wins, who loses. Like when Leclerc won, I sent it to him. I was like, dude, like that's awesome because it's such an emotional thing for Leclerc to win there. But
if you didn't enjoy Leclerc winning, you have no heart.
Right.
Like I would agree with that.
He lied to his dad saying he made Ferrari.
Yeah.
And then he did. So it wasn't a lie after all. But like things like that. But so Verstappen, he should have gotten a 10-second penalty the first time for moving twice in the zone. Then it should have been a 5-second penalty because he did run off track and keep the position.
Which on the flip side, Lando did it and gave the position back.
Correct. And when Verstappen did get pushed off, the only alibi I could say about that is Lando's front tire locked up and it made him push a little further. So Verstappen could have been like, oh, he would have locked up and gone off the track. So that therefore I deserve that.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. That's the only alibi I could say. But it wasn't fair.
Totally.
That's 10 and 5, and then that crash is 10.
Yeah.
So that should have been 25 seconds right there.
Yeah.
So even where he did finish, he should have finished 2 spots lower.
But this is kind of my beef. I bet you if some of the other guys are here, like our whole beef of like, they are so, like FIA, like they're so, it's hard because racing's not black and white. Mm-hmm. I know that, you know that.
Yeah.
Most fans of Formula One understand that. But it's just like, they're so afraid sometimes to give out penalties that are really deserved. And then ones that like are so far from not being deserved. Yeah. And they're just like, yeah, you guys are getting penalty.
Like they gave Lewis Hamilton, and I can't remember the other racer, they gave them both 5-second penalties for going over the line.
Like outside track, like track limits?
No, into the pit.
Oh.
And all it was is you see Lewis's replay.
Oh,
his front tire doesn't go over, but his rear tire just barely touches, and he makes like a skid because he has to hit the throttle to get in that line. They gave him a 5 second. I didn't think that was deserved.
Yeah, that one was strange. That one's and
Piastri snitching.
Yeah,
which was funny.
Yeah,
I think that was the funniest one.
His foot was on the line.
Right, where it was like it's like the best meme for me was the bully meme where it's the snitch from Bully, and it's like Piastri on Hamilton, and I thought that was funny.
Yeah. Okay, so I feel like we've said all we need to say about the
incident.
I mean, it's what, Tuesday? I think stuff's cooled down.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I hope they
for
fix their friendship. I hope it doesn't lie, because that's what happened with Nico Rosberg and Hamilton.
Yeah.
They were best friends all karting.
Yeah.
And all Nico has asked is that he apologize, and Hamilton can't.
Yeah. I feel like it's gonna be different though. Like as much of an asshole as people think Maxi Max is, I just feel like him and Lando are cool enough. Like I don't know.
I don't think it's gonna be an issue.
You know what I mean? Like it's not like it cost him the world championship for crying out loud. Like it's an important race to win, but. And
I did like what Max had said about it. Is they were like, why wouldn't you just give that up instead of crashing? And he said, I didn't come here to be P2. If I did, I would have just stayed on the couch.
So his dad would have probably beat his ass. Yeah. That's probably what would have happened. Right. Bam. Board to the head.
Child cruelty makes the best athletes. It's always been known.
Yeah, everyone knows that. Yeah. If you didn't know that, you're welcome. Yeah. Okay, so we were going to talk about it. Actually, no, the last thing, this is not the incident. After the race, we're in July now, fun fact. Which driver, outside of the drivers that you hate, stinks the most on the grid right now? Like
on the grid,
so you can take that however you want. They're either underperforming, they're just terrible, they've had a worse year than you thought they were gonna have. Who stinks the most right now?
You want me to go like 20-1 or 1-20? So I could probably name.
You could do that. Yeah. Okay. Honestly, if you can do that, more props to you, because I definitely couldn't.
Lando is doing the best for his position.
So he's the least stinky.
He's the least stinky.
Okay.
Then it's going to be Max. Then it's going to be Piastri. Then it's going to be Sainz. Then it's going to be Russell, Hamilton, Hülkenberg. Yeah. Perez would probably fit in that area. I don't think he's doing great, but he's not doing awful.
Yeah, Senior Checo.
Albon.
Albon. He's kind of vibing.
Yeah, but his ride is just so bad. Yeah, that's why it's like he's outperforming the car.
Yeah, he's driving a Duracell battery, is what we say.
Yuki is doing great.
Yeah.
Bottas is
not as much cussing.
Right, Bottas is doing great for what he has. Same thing. Zogan Zhou, or however you want to say it. Joe.
Senor Joe
is right there with Bottas. Then it goes Alonso. He hasn't performed very well. So this is starting to get more stinky.
Yeah. Wait.
Ooh, stinky. Poopy. So it's Alonso. Then it's Gasly, Ocon, Stroll, Danny Rick is really bad.
More stinky than Stroll.
Yes.
Okay.
Which I love the guy.
Yeah, I can see the tears in your eyes.
It hurts to say, dude. Because he's actually the only athlete in Formula One that I actually own merch from.
Oh, respect.
Yeah.
You got some Enchanté stuff?
I have some Red Bull number 3.
Oh, okay, some OG.
Yeah, OG stuff. Like American flag hat, all that stuff. Who am I missing? Sargent's just been bad. Which also sucks for Sargent because even when Albon crashed, they gave Albon his car over Sargent.
Yeah.
And Albon then crashed, which is even worse. But
K-Mag. I think you missed K-Mag.
Oh, Magnussen?
Yeah. Is he more or less stinky than D-Rick?
Less.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So Danny's sadly been the most stinky this year.
Yeah, in my opinion.
It's painful. I'm with you. I've always been a fan of Danny Rick. Yeah. I don't
think anyone hates the guy. Is the whole thing.
No, totally. And I don't want this to come across as a diss, but I also do think I was super sad. I wouldn't say I saw this coming when he moved to Renault, but like that felt like a sellout to me.
Yeah, well, he wanted to be the top driver because everyone saw that Max was coming and he was going to stay.
And I get that, but like...
And you see he regrets it.
Yeah.
It only took him McLaren and Renault to regret it.
Yeah. The Renault one was the wrong choice. I actually thought the McLaren thing was smart, but he was just too early. Right. Like, obviously, he was just too early.
He got a podium for them, and that was it.
Yeah.
But yeah, if Danny Rick ever listens to this, join V8 Supercars in Australia.
What is that?
That is the Australian. So it's got Holdens, they got Fords. It's V8 Supercars. They do 500 laps.
Jesus.
It is awesome. It's not NASCAR where it's just ring around the rosy.
Yeah, yeah.
It is actual tracks. They do V8 Supercars, hauling butt, and they switch tires. They switch brakes.
Jesus, brakes.
They have quick brake.
Well, 500 laps, no shit.
They have brake quick disconnects.
Damn.
It's freaking awesome. But he should join that.
Do they do street tracks or it's just tracks?
They do street tracks. They do Bathurst. They do. I'll put it on after we are done with this podcast. You'll fall in love with it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know I needed to get into like the Australian race scene.
Yeah. So that my dream car is a Holden UTV, which is a 2008 El Camino, pretty much, with a V8 in it, and it is awesome.
We'll flash the picture up on screen.
Yeah, there you go.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah.
So Danny Rick's the most stinky. I'm gonna say it's between K-Mag and Checo for me. Mm-hmm. And that's purely an eye test thing.
Yeah.
I think Checo's continuing to do his job.
I don't think he deserves a Red Bull seat.
I don't think he does either. I think he's not getting enough out of the car. He kind of feels like he's in that Bottas position of like, you know, kind of on the back end of the career.
Yeah.
Getting a paycheck. It's not really about winning races. It's
right.
kind of like setting up a retirement account.
That's how like Nico is to me. And I don't know how like
Nico, really?
Yeah, so when he was with Renault, I don't know how he kept. And then he got Haas and they want to keep him.
But the experience.
Yeah, but that's what you got with Alonso.
Yeah.
They did that with Kimi. Kimi didn't want to be there.
Yeah. Kimi doesn't want to do much.
Yeah. I'm trying to think who else could fill that spot. That's not him.
Well, yeah. So let's get in. I want to pull that up for you because we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk driver lineups.
Okay.
So obviously we have Red Bull filled out. Obviously we have Ferrari filled out.
Yep.
Aston's filled out with Stroll re-signing. We knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah.
So we're missing Albon's guy at Williams.
Uh-huh.
We know it's not going to be Sargent.
So it should be, I can't remember his name right now, but he is like a 19-year-old kid or 18 no, he's 17, excuse me.
Okay.
And they want him to sign with Mercedes. So it'd be George. It'd be George as the single man.
Are we talking about Antonelli?
Yes, Antonelli. Yeah. He should go to Williams.
You think he should go Williams first?
Yes.
Get some reps in. Go about it the Georgie way.
Right.
Okay. So then obviously, so I'll go over to the other side. McLaren's filled up. Who should go to Merc with Russ?
Sainz.
But see, but they continue to say like we've moved on, like he waited too long. You think
he wanted too much money for what they're asking?
So you think he goes back, kind of begs for mercy to Senor Toto?
Yes.
And they take him over Antonelli?
Yes, because Antonelli has no experience in F1 car, just like Sargent.
God, he didn't have a.
He has the same experience as Sargent.
Yeah.
And look what Sargent has done.
Yeah.
So I don't think you should give him a top 3 team spot, and he messes it up. Just like they did with Gasly. They moved him to Red Bull. They snipped him real quick, and then they gave it to Albon. And Albon started coming into his colors later on, but they said it was too late.
Yeah.
Because he got 2 DNFs because someone crashed into him. It wasn't his fault.
Yeah, not to rehash some old history, but that was some shit, bro.
Yeah.
Because that was all Lewis.
Yeah. So even like they have him at Williams this year. I think they should release him and they should give him a Toro Rosso, not a Toro Rosso spot, because what is it now? Visa, Red Bull, Visa.
Yeah. Cash App.
Yeah, they keep
Venmo.
changing. Yeah. Like
Cash App,
I don't
Venmo,
even like
Apple
Kick.
Pay.
I don't even like the name of Kick.
Yeah.
I do like the colors.
The colors are sick.
Yeah.
That's what we talked about.
And their social media is pretty solid.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty funny.
That's what we talked about a little bit ago, or like a couple of pods ago, was I feel like right now all the color schemes very different.
Right. No one's red and black like it was for like the longest time.
Yeah, it was like you had like 3 teams that had like a large amount of black in there, or a large amount of white. Not to make this a racial thing, but
no more white.
Yeah. So you think Antonelli should not go to Merck? You think he should go to Williams?
Yep.
Albon's already signed, so I guess he's kind of stuck at Williams.
Right.
Who do you think goes to Sauber then?
For Kick or Sauber?
Because you got to remember they're trying to groom them for the Audi in 26.
Yeah.
too.
So what sucks is Schumacher's son
Mick.
is the
Mickey
third.
Mouse.
Yeah, is the third alternate for Mercedes. So they might even give him that spot, which he did not do good at Sauber. I think he was too young.
At Haas, you mean?
At Haas, yes. Sorry.
Yeah.
Because he was supposed to be a Sauber team because he was a Ferrari kid
Reserve
growing up.
junior, yeah.
But
Okay, so you like Mick at?
I think he'd be a good pick.
I'd be down for that. German,
Right.
going to Audi, German team.
Right.
We like that.
Yeah.
I mean, sort of, because we saw what happened with Alpine, going French boys.
Yeah.
Do you think Gasly deserves the re-sign?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a like you said, he's the senior guy.
Yeah.
So he's the guy that's going to help him.
I feel like.
And he gives good enough experience back to Alpine to
Yeah.
help him. Which they had that with Alonso, but Alonso kind of saw where it was going. And Alonso's not there to be the old head. He wants to be a champion.
Yeah. Which is
Crazy.
Yeah. And also we got to remember, like we talked about earlier, Gasly did drive for Red Bull, so
Right.
there's a ton of experience there. Yeah. So who do you think they'll bring on with Alpine? Who would you like to see?
Honestly, I think they should just get one of their guys from F2.
Like the reserve Dohan or whatever,
Yeah.
Jack.
Yeah.
I think I think we talked about that.
Well, he's going to Haas.
Dohan's going to Haas.
The guy who raced for Ferrari, that one race?
No, that's Behrman.
Oh, okay.
Ollie Behrman.
Behrman's going to Haas.
Yeah, Behrman's going to Haas. Yeah. Do you? They're not going to keep K-Mag, so they'll bring in Behrman. They're just going to have to roll with the same. I feel so bad for Haas from the standpoint of it's like they just have to keep picking up like
Ferrari people.
Or like, like F2, F3 guys, like first timers, and it's like, it's almost like it's a lot like college sports right now, where it's like they get a good team for 1 year, and then it's like, cool, everyone's gone into the portal.
Right.
It's the same thing with Haas.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, it's always been like that with
Which
F1.
they need to fix that in college. I don't like it.
Yeah, we could talk about that for an hour.
It was kind of nice that the kids. Sorry, I respect them making money, but it was nice when they weren't making money because they played their damn heart out. And I actually liked college football more than NFL.
Yeah, and now it's switched. I've gone back to watching way
Same.
more NFL.
Right.
Besides the fact that I still hate Goodell, but we could litigate that one.
Yeah.
So that is our rough section on the driver lineup. I'm kind of optimistic that Ferrari could do really well next year with Lewis, but I'm also thinking that McLaren is still going to stunt.
So I think Lewis is going to like it a lot there. The whole issue is the strategy.
Yeah.
They've never had good strategy.
Never. Literally never.
Well, since I've watched since 07.
Yeah.
So,
Since we were kids, basically. Jackson's going to hate me if I don't do his favorite section that he came up with, which is the fitting.
fitting.
Is it fitting the person that's wearing it? You know how they always got some
Babe,
wild...
let's come on. Get on this right here.
Yeah, we got Austin's girlfriend in here.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Fiance.
Thank you.
Fiance.
I was hoping you would correct me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Just like you're a fiance now.
All right, Illy, say hi to everyone on the pod.
Hello.
State your name, place of residence, who you shag up with, things of that nature. Scoot this way so you're in the camera. Just kick Maverick out of here.
I'll keep him.
Maverick. All right.
Maybe I'll probably been off the camera the whole time then.
No, you've been good. You've been good.
I'm Ileana. Live in Yuma with Austin too. Of course, because we're engaged.
That's right.
So, yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how big of a F1, not fan, but viewer, would you give yourself? How would you rate yourself? We could do A to F since you're a teacher.
Okay. Oh, okay. Actually, yeah, that's good. I would say probably I'm like a D.
Okay.
I'm like
D plus.
because for us, D is actually still passing. So
that's a stain on your
yeah.
school district.
Yeah.
We won't get into
all
that.
the schools now.
Keep your politics out of my sports, okay?
Sing the song. Sing the song.
No, don't make me sing. No.
Okay, so you're a D, like
Yeah.
60,
Like a 60, like
7.
67.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say.
Okay.
You're just gonna view fits.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're just gonna go through fits from Austria, all right? So I think I already said, but this is Jackson's segment. So this is for you, Jackson. I know you're somewhere in an airport wanting to die because you've been in airports for the past 2 days. Okay.
It's like that Tom Hanks movie.
First up, we've got our boy Yuki
This is Yuki
coming in
Tsunoda.
at 5'2.5" from the island of Japan. What do we think of the fit?
The Rising
Is it
Sun.
fit? Like, is he pulling it off? That's what we're going for. It's kind of a yes or no type thing.
Yes.
He's pulling it off.
I give this like 9.2 out of 10.
Damn.
Dang.
Yeah.
Denim on denim. You like
Yes,
that much?
I like the denim on denim.
She's
He's
a huge
doing it-
biker girl.
Yeah.
He's doing it very well. I like the necklace, the shirt. He's got the black shirt, the black hair. I like
The
it.
cut's always fresh on Yuki.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. All right.
It's that Justin Bieber.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I say like a 8 out of 10 though, not a 9.2.
I think it's
Good
pretty
numbers.
fashionable.
It's like Portnoy with his pizzas. Like, dude, we're not giving out 9s for
Yeah.
free, baby.
No.
Like,
One bite. Everyone knows the rules.
yeah. All right.
This is Zogwan Yu.
Yeah, Senor Joe.
Joe.
What do you think?
Chinese. You don't like it?
5.
5.
Yeah, 5.
He's got the same glasses as you, girl. The
Babe,
Prada
it's-
glasses. Look
it's
at them.
the
Put 'em down.
pleated.
Put them down for the camera.
Yeah, show
It
the-
is
Look
the
exactly.
pleated.
Show the
sweater.
Pradas.
Yeah, Prada, right there.
Damn.
Okay, it's not even the sunglasses. It's the pleated jacket.
It does
that he
look
has
like
on.
a curtain, like a hospital curtain. So.
It looks like
And
it
the
could
pants,
be.
Pants look dirty. Go to the pants.
I think that's just rain.
Oh.
I think that's precipitation coming
you're
down.
right.
Oh, you
You're
think
right.
so? Okay.
Yeah, I think it was just
Oh
actively
yeah, I see it in
raining
the background. Yeah.
because
Yeah,
you know
I'm
it
going
kind of
to-
rains a lot in Austria.
I'm going to 5.2.
Okay.
I'm not
Really?
a fan of it.
All right.
Does this need to be closer? I feel like
Yeah.
No, you
could
could
barely-
These are
okay.
good right there.
It'll just up
Oh.
the volume.
Hello, Adam Sandler.
Yeah. This is Fernando Alonso.
Alright.
So you're gonna give this.
This
one a
is
10.
Alonso.
Yeah.
Oh.
You wanna know how old he is?
How old?
43. I think. Yeah.
I believe so.
Fact check. Put it on the screen.
Let me
I'm
fact
gonna
check.
make you. I'm gonna make you like do
Live.
so many edits.
Dude, I'm working overtime here. New audio. You know, Jackson can't do all the camera setup. I'm out here on my own. Fernando. He's the one who's dating Taylor Swift, you know? 42.
Oh, that's so close.
To be fair,
What
his
did you
birthday's
say?
this month.
43.
Oh.
To be fair, his
It
birthday's
is,
this
it
month.
is.
Should we wish him a happy early
Who's
birthday?
that chick there? She's not a
Happy
race car
early
driver.
Raquel del Rosario.
Oh, maybe that's his girlfriend.
She's just a Spanish singer.
All right.
I'm sure he had some sort of
Oh no, go down a little bit. Right there. Stop. Up a little bit.
more.
Spouse.
Up,
Yeah,
Up. Up.
spouse.
Up. Up. Up.
That's his wife.
Spouse.
No,
Or
they're divorced.
ex-wife.
They were.
Yeah.
Ex-wife.
He's a bachelor.
Damn. R.I.P. Raquel.
Oh, she died.
Well, just their relationship.
Oh,
Oh.
okay. I was like, geez.
Okay. So
Yeah,
grade.
that's-
What do you think?
That's like a no. It's like
It's a no.
This is
You
like
love
a-
Adam Sandler.
This is like a
He's like that's a wild take. The Mexican. Whoa,
Spanish.
huge mea culpa. The Spanish Adam Sandler.
And Spanish samurai.
This is
no. I would say 4.
Wow.
lower than Joe.
Yeah.
Babe, this is how I dress.
Yeah. Yep. I can't control how you dress.
I'm giving it a
though.
10. I love it.
Ew.
Yes.
The funniest part about it is like this kind of gives me vibes of like rolling up to your home race, like slept in your own bed, drove your own car.
Yep.
The brother's in Austria. He's in a different country.
Yeah. He doesn't care.
He doesn't
about
care.
fashion.
It's the wrinkled shorts straight out of his suitcase. Like, just threw them on. No.
Fresh off his private jet.
Yeah.
Hate that for him.
I guess so. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So
We took PG over here, thanks to Matt. So
Checo.
he's
Do you know
Mexican.
who this is?
No.
Sergio,
I've never heard of him.
Sergio Perez.
Oh, Perez. Okay.
He's
Yeah.
Max
Yeah.
Verstappen's
Perez.
teammate.
Yeah, the Pez
Okay.
dispenser.
I like the
6.
shirt.
6. I say 6.
I'm gonna do 6.2.
I really like this one actually. This kind of it's got some vibe to it.
Yeah.
I'm kind of down with this.
I like the smile. He knows he's fashionable.
Yeah,
He's like,
dude, he's
not
sitting
gonna- I
on a
don't care
lot
about
of
your
zeros in his bank account.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's pretty
I don't
happy.
care about your review.
Austin's boy,
Ocon.
Yeah. This one I'm vibing with.
It is pretty fresh.
Yeah. Who is this?
Ocon.
Ocon. He's French.
Okay. I've never heard of
You
him.
you guys are vibing with this.
I'm vibing with
That's
it. Yeah.
wild. I think he looks like a complete dwarf.
Really?
I like it.
I like the fit, just not on him. Like it just ugh.
I'm gonna give it 8.7.
I wish I
That's
could
how much
see
I
the
like it.
shoes. Like, I feel like.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
you know.
You need
I'll
to- you
I'll
need to
tell
do better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my bad. I'll get better photos next time.
There
I'm
you go.
sorry.
God, unbelievable.
I would say. Like a 7.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. A C.
yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
kidding.
That's a C.
All right. Lando. Do you know who this is?
Lando Norris. Yeah, I do.
Okay. I was like, I know you gave yourself a D, but you have to know who Lando
It's
is.
Friday. Dude.
Yeah.
Sunday.
Oh, I don't really like the off the shoulder jacket, like not on your arms jacket.
Well, it
I
could have
liked
been.
his hoodie pick more.
Yeah,
with
it could have
the
been
beanie.
one of those situations where it's like he just got out of the car and didn't
Maybe.
get to fully put it on.
Yeah.
Doubtful. So I don't even know how to put a jacket on like that.
just
I feel like someone else has to put it on for you.
just over your shoulder.
Because like if you go like this, it's gonna fall off. You know what I'm saying? You can't like throw it on because then it's gonna fall
It
off.
might be just like a big like Jackson and you might have this issue because you guys just have massive shoulders. Like
thank you.
Lando and I are kind of built the same. You know, we're like kind of scrawny, things of
Yeah.
that nature.
The wind will blow you away.
I feel like I would give this like a 6.
I'm gonna give it
It's
7.5.
pretty basic.
7.5.
It's just basic.
It's like some English clout vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see how many more I have of these.
Lewis Hamilton.
Okay.
This is Hamilton?
Yeah, this is
You've never
this
seen
is
Hamilton?
Sir Lewis.
Yeah, Sir Lewis.
Okay.
You must bow.
I would say I kind of liked it. I give it a strong 8. Strong 8. I like the jacket, the color.
Jacket looks like grandma wore it, so
It was giving me Fuzzy Wuzzy vibes.
5.8.
It looks vintage.
It's a no for me.
It's vintage, but he probably paid like $750 for
It's probably
it.
Tommy
Yeah.
Hilfiger. 'Cause he's
It's
like-
very couture. No, that's Georgie. Georgie's the huge Tommy Hill.
No, he is.
Well, I know, but like
He owns half of Tommy Hill. or
I know,
something
but
like
like I feel like he's good about spreading the fits out a little bit.
that.
Like
With Puma and things like
yeah,
that.
you know,
'cause
he'll
he has
mix
a
it
lot of
up. Some
companies.
Balenciaga, maybe not Balenciaga, but things of that nature.
Yeah.
Prada, like your shades.
My knockoff Mexico glasses. Yeah.
Cut that out.
Yeah, we'll cut that. Don't worry about that. We don't want to give no free ads for Mexico, all right? You know.
What are you doing?
What did you say on this one,
A
Austin?
no. 5.8.
Straight up no.
Looks like grandma wore it.
Okay.
This pants look like your pants, though. I like the pants.
I know I like the pants.
The carpentry.
Yes.
Just finished the race. Was like, you know what? I'm gonna go work on my mom's house. Yeah. Okay. That is everything for Is the Fit Fittin'. Illy, thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
Appreciate it, babe.
Best part. Very enjoyable.
We'll bring you on next time for you got to guess the logos.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's gonna be fun.
Like the Red Bull logos and stuff?
Like yeah, all the
Just
team
all the logos.
Oh.
Yeah, we could do it right now if you want. Like we literally have nothing going on. This is why we have a podcast.
We have to get Carissa too.
No,
I
it's
don't know what she's doing. She's probably sleeping.
She's probably asleep.
She has 2 jobs and all.
All right, let's move on to Silverstone.
Thanks, babe.
Bye, Illy.
Jesus
Bye.
Christ, there's so much hair on you.
Okay, to wrap it up, Silverstone next week. What's your podium prediction?
I'm going to go Norris, Max, Russell.
Norris with the dub.
Norris with the dub.
Home race. If he wins, do you think he streaks or somebody else in the crowd streaks? Because I think there's a high probability. Maybe that's not a British thing.
No, it's not.
It's not a British thing. But there might be an American. Maybe we'll fly over there.
I don't have that money. So. Babe, would you allow that?
What?
Me to fly to England to go see Formula One?
And streak.
I think I told her the Formula One prices, and she's like, "Oh my god."
Yeah, the Vegas stuff.
Yeah. Well, I go to Austin.
Yeah, for obvious reasons.
Yeah, and it has MotoGP, which I'm a big fan of.
True.
As well.
Isaac's a huge fan of that.
Yeah. There you go.
I wish the guys were here, man.
I know.
You guys, we could yuck
You
it up
didn't
about
tell me
MotoGP.
this. I wouldn't have shown up.
I know.
I was like, oh, you know what? I'm going out there too. I'm flying out.
Okay, so you think Lando gets the dub?
Yep. Lando, Max. Actually, I saw a meme about that too.
I was thinking this.
Yeah. So they edited Lewis Hamilton's crash with
Max
still getting hit, and it was Lando Norris's car with his helmet.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
Yeah.
I saw
so it's like Lando being mad at Max, and it was like him hitting a cobblestone and him going off.
I saw one where it was like Lewis whispering in Lando's ears, and he was like, "This is the way, brother."
Oh.
It was like something like that.
That's
And it
funny.
was him crashing into Max. And then just purely for shits and gigs, we know there's gonna be a lot of British celebs. Which British celeb are you most excited to see?
I don't know any. The Queen. There you go. The Queen. Come back from the grave to see Sir Lewis.
No, it would be a recrowning. She'd resurrect for the crowning of Lando. It'd be like the passing of.
There you go.
Do you think Lewis is on?
Is Adele British?
Adele is British.
Adele. There you go.
Adelaide.
Oh.
No,
That's how you
Adele.
say it.
I've heard people call her Adelaide.
Adelaide, I like that. Sounds more modern.
So you think Adele will be there?
Yeah.
Okay. If you're listening to this and you're not coming, we recommend you go. Just purely for
To see the Queen
Yeah.
come back from the dead. That'd be pretty fresh.
to see the Queen.
Yeah.
I'm
Jackson's just gonna text you. This guy's an idiot.
never have him on the pod ever
He
again.
knows a lot about Formula One, but nothing about anything else.
Yeah, Jackson might have a renewed perspective on the British culture, being that he went to London.
There you go.
He got to.
Eat beans
I never
for
asked
breakfast.
him. Do you think he saw Big Ben? Most
I don't
people
think
see it.
it's not that big from what I heard.
I've heard that too. I've heard the London Bridge is a
and then even
larger.
Paris, the
Eiffel Tower.
it's a disappointment.
The Eiffel Tower is not a disappointment.
People say that,
Who's told you that?
like multiple people. They say they feel suicidal after seeing how small the Eiffel Tower is. Swear to God.
Are you sure they didn't go see the Vegas one?
Yeah, no, they say it's not even that much bigger than the Vegas one.
I did not have the same experience.
Really?
The only thing I will say about Paris, and this is actually relevant because the Olympics.
Is it there?
Yeah, this year.
There you go. In July.
Huge deal.
Is it in July?
No, it's.
In August.
Wait, no, it is. Is it this month?
I think it starts pretty soon. I think it starts this month.
I think it's the end of this month. Cause.
Yeah, I think it's like the 21st is when it starts.
All right, we're gonna look this up. We have internet. Why wouldn't I look it up?
I don't know.
It's kind of terrible that I don't know when the Olympics are. Can you hear those cicadas? I really hope that the audio is not coming through.
You know, dude, I thought it was my tinnitus. That makes way more sense. Because I was like, my tinnitus doesn't make this noise. It just makes like, like that.
No, dude, it's the cicadas. For people who have never been to the Southwest, we have this thing called monsoons. It's either really hot in the morning and then it rains all night.
Yeah.
And
Or you
these-
live in Yuma, where it only rains 10 minutes a year.
Yeah.
Don't go.
Olympics dates. What do we have? July 26th through August 11th. So it's the end of this month is when it starts.
And the World Cup is next year, so I'm very excited for that.
Yes.
That's all I care about.
Austin's also a huge soccer fan.
Yeah.
I like soccer just very casually.
Yeah.
I would give myself what Illy gave herself as a F1
A D
viewer
plus.
and fan. A D plus. No, not even that. I give myself just straight D.
Dang.
Yeah, I'm pretty trash.
What's one team that's not in Spain?
Like what kind of team? MLS or
Give me
or
the
Premier
Premier
Cup.
League.
Premier League. Did I say Premier Cup?
Yeah.
You didn't hear that.
Same thing, whatever.
Premier League, And it can't be in Spain?
Yeah. Well, no, Spain isn't. Spain is like Barcelona and stuff. It's different. That's La Liga.
So, La Ligma.
La Ligma balls.
Man City, Manchester
There you go.
United.
You got it. Boom. That's 2.
Arsenal.
3.
Tottenham.
Totem. Totem.
Totem pole.
Yeah, totem pole. 4.
Did I say Chelsea?
You didn't. 5.
Chelsea.
Look at you, dude. That's more than a D.
Dude, I'm stunting, all right?
Yeah.
Great success.
Is there one with a W like Wexham?
That's that TV show. That Wolverine.
Oh.
Not Wolverine.
All right, that's all I got. I got 4.
It's all right. Good enough.
Soccer fans can come at me. Austin, thank you for coming on.
No problem. Thanks for
That
having me.
is episode 5. Make sure to follow us on all the socials. As usual, free ads for the pod. Austin sadly will not be back next time.
Probably ever.
No, you'll be back.
Oh, okay.
Jesus
There you
Christ, dude.
She's laughing.
She's like, this guy's an idiot.
Yeah.
We'll be back next week. We're going to start trying to do... Do you have an Xbox? Do you have any sort of gaming console?
Do you have an Xbox? I do.
You should hop on live stream with us. We're going to do Formula 1 races just for shits and gigs.
Okay.
Just
I
racing.
have like an old Xbox. I sold my new Xbox.
Maybe once we get enough
'Cause I didn't use
viewers
it.
and we get some revenue, then we'll gift you an Xbox
I like that.
to play with us.
You hear that?
Because you're our first guest.
You hear that? We don't even have sticks for the microphone, but I'm gonna get an Xbox.
Still very low production.
Priorities, babe.
Yeah.
Priorities.
All right. Thanks again, dude.
Absolutely. Thanks
Crack
for having
on.
me.
See you guys next week. Or maybe never. Later.
Coming from the bottom, now stepping on their neck. I've been working, I've been grinding. I need all of my respect. Getting dollars, yeah, euros. Now really cashing checks. Mezzanine is on the deck. Mezzanine is on the deck.